Hi everyone, my name's Katie and I'm your virtual tour guide for the next couple of minutes. Some of you may be familiar with the tools that I'm going to run through, but please bear with us. It's really important that everyone's on the same page to ensure we can all get the most out of today. So let's start by hovering your mouse over the bottom of your screen. It will bring up the toolbar that you can see here below me. You've got your mute button to mute and unmute, very important. And your video, you can start and stop your camera here. If it's not on, please can you put your video on? It's great to see your faces. It really helps with engagement too. You can apply a virtual background if you need to by clicking this little arrow. Moving over to participants now, could you please click that? It'll open up a window to the right, and in here you will have all the names of the attendees in the session. Your name will be at the top, followed by any co-hosts and hosts, and then under that all the rest of the attendees. Take a moment now to rename yourself if you need to. If your virtual screen name is not your actual name, that is, then you can hover over your name here, click more, click rename, and do what you need to do. So that's brilliant, thank you for doing that. And then we have the chat feature. A lot of the action is going to be happening here, so please click that now and it will merge with your participants window. Let's see who's awake. Can you type in the chat what you're hoping to get out of the session? Now this screen here is being pre-recorded, so you won't see anything appear in the chat box on my screen, but on yours you should see lots of responses coming in there. So just bear in mind you've got an option to message everyone or just one individual that's in the meeting. Click the appropriate one depending on what your comments are. But using this space to engage and learn from one another, answer each other's questions. It doesn't always just need to be the person who's delivering the session. Lots of you here have something to contribute, so please use this. Okay, moving along now, we've got the reactions button. Here you've got the green tick for yes and the red cross for no. Could you click the green tick now, and you'll see a little yes tick pop up and the number of counts there. And if we were to do the same for no's, you would see lots of little red crosses appear. So these are going to be used for simple yes or no polls. They're not anonymous though. We will be using other polls through the session which will be anonymous if they need to be. You'll be made aware of which is which. They'll pop up on your screen and you'll be able to answer those and see the answers in real time too. Okay, so let me just clear these reactions from my recording. Brilliant. So if anything I've discussed isn't on your screen, it might be hidden under the More button, so you can click that there. Finally, if you move up to the top right, you've got a button that says View. Clicking that will give you some drop downs, so please do that now and have a play with the different options that are available to view your screen. This is really a matter of preference, but we would suggest that when a screen is being shared that you select the side-by-side speaker mode, just so that you're not distracted. The other view option that you'll want to know about is beside the little green bar along the very top, which is telling you whose screen you're currently viewing, whose screen is being shared. Beside that, where it says view options, if you click that, that will give you some other drop downs and you can select to potentially annotate. There'll be other options there. If needed, if asked to do this later on in the session, you will be reminded, but it's just so that you know where we're referring to. So if these buttons, these boxes disappear, just remember this is the main area where you're going to want to be engaging with. But yeah, for polling, it's the yes and the no rather than the thumbs up, because we can't really account for that unless we can see all of the little squares. But that's it. So thanks very much, everyone. I'll hand you back to your host now. I hope you have a really enjoyable session.